Today we're gonna start on the mechanical Astro Boy part 1 because this is a huge. It's a huge one. This is my biggest one yet. This is my biggest one yet. So we're gonna go about it. And I want to yap about my current state of mind when it comes to content. High key. I think it's very important that I talk about that because I know how much of an impact I want to make and how much of an impact I want to be when it comes to my creative endeavors. But I feel like I'm not really hitting that as much as I want to and as much as I can to my standards. So one of my main goals this year was to become a doer. An example would be cooks. I started to admire cooks. I started watching cooking channels, and I started to realize that I just enjoy the fact that, and I admire doers. I admire the fact that they aren't just sitting down and waiting for something to happen. They're putting it into work. I just want to do more shit, honestly. And I think I emulated it a little bit this year through on my quarter 1 from. Oh, by the way, this is the current seat. This is it. I'm gonna zoom in. Yeah. Current. I've kind of been stuck because one, I started to realize that when I consume a lot of content, even if I don't want to, I find myself consuming a lot of content and understanding the niche that is around fashion and styling and not the style, just fashion, the fashion scene. In my head, there's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of repetition that I personally I've just found that I don't know. It's just that's just not me. It's not it's just not me. It's just I realize that a person like me, I like just doing things based off of off of a whim, or making this video just because I want to build Legos. I like original things, not in the sense of nothing ever is original, but I don't know. It's just I understand in terms of growth, you have to be able to build an audience, and in today's world and in today's digital age, in today's digital age, you have to be able to create. And creating also means, making content that others may relate to, and then making content others relate to can be doing content that you see that goes viral. And so I understand that. I just started to realize that I want to make something that is tied to me and my brand and what I stand for. And in terms of an approach, I know I want to grow. I want to grow in terms of supporters. I want to grow in terms of people who understand my vision. I want to grow in terms of people who know me also, for me to be able to this is kind of the message I have, and I want you to see it. I want you to be able to relate to it. I also want you to be able to understand it in your way and take parts of it that relates to you, but still also knowing that in order to get large reaches, you have to be able to make content that has that kind of virality to it, and that can also mean doing a video that someone else did and it will go viral for sure. But it's also it's kind of a weird feeling of yeah, I know what to do if I was just to stick to the plot, I was to stick to the script, but it's I don't know. I never find myself doing it. Not that I'm not consistent when it comes to posting or things I would if I had a firm kind of idea behind what I wanted to show. Apart from just, the work I do behind the scenes, more of what I want to show to audience to see this is me separate from me let's say I'm trying to design a clothing or I'm trying to style something, but more of me. You're watching my content, you're watching me do something, and so it's just kind of I'm kind of in a hard spot. I want to create content in a larger scale without having to feel I have to resort to the textbook. You post enough videos, to the textbook. You post enough videos, you're gonna get enough followers. You're gonna start getting views. Like I just don't want to be with the crowd. I don't want to flow with the crowd, but while also being able to have an audience and grow an audience in my own way. So I haven't found that yet. I haven't found that yet in the way I want, and that's what kind of like holds me back in my sense. Like I feel like that's kind of what holds me back. No, kind of is what holds me back because I know how much like work I can put in. Like I could put in some work. Like I genuinely like I'm a very passionate person, and when it comes to the things I do, I'm very passionate about it. And so like I know how much work I can put into something, and yeah, like it's inevitable. I just do. How did I even get into Legos? My first ever Lego piece was my first ever Lego piece was this little plant right here, and I got it from a very dear friend, and I really appreciated the person for getting me this. This kind of like started it all. Bonsai tree. I've had a Polaroid camera. I've also had a nice little like garden-ish pot plant. And right now I'm gonna start building the Astro Boy. This is the current state of the Lego. This is the current state of the Lego. Focus on me. Focus. Oh yeah. One thing or one lesson that I can say I can give is that before this year, I was never really fond of reaching out. I always felt like I don't know. I don't know why I never did. I generally just never reached out in terms of like, oh, if I wanted to have something done, or let's say if I wanted to deal with something, or I wanted like a collab with something. Like I was really never the type to reach out. One, because I just felt like coming from New York, bro. Like there's just this thing with me of like, oh, like you can't be glazing this, you can't be glazing this, you can't be glazing this, or like it's not even that deep. Like you just like get the shit yourself at the end of the day. But then like I'll be deep in it more, and I'm like, wait, I'm literally just like closing my doors. The more I just like have this, oh, don't be a fan, don't be a this. Like if I see something that I see someone that I can like have like a relationship with, that a collab or like a relationship with them would be fruitful. But then also it's like I also make my own motion. Like I don't wait for people, and knowing that I don't wait for people that's allowed me to just like have my own momentum. Because when I create my own momentum, like shit just be like flowing type shit. And I also feel as though I have to start detaching myself from like things that don't go right. Like I have to start detaching like immensely from myself from things that don't go right, because I tend to like see it as, oh, it didn't go right, oh no, rather than it didn't go right for a reason, to where like particularly in that situation it was not meant to go right. So I tend to be stuck on the fact that like, holy shit, it didn't go right, why, and that why it generally boggles my head. And so something I'm going to learn, and I'm starting to learn, is that like I can't be attaching the things that I feel as though would be like kind of like, yo, I'm keep thinking about this, I keep thinking about this, and just like keep it pushing, bro. I generally just gotta keep it pushing, because at the end of the day, it's me. It's me against me. It's me rooting for me. Like it's really just me. Yeah, like I have my support systems. I have my friends. I have my great people. But I know that when push comes to shove, like I'm going to be the person, like I'm gonna be the person defending myself. I'm gonna be the person, like just supporting myself in that manner. So I want my YouTube to be more of like a documentary, to be more of like this is the process, more of a process with like where my head is at, different things, just random things all over the place. Like this, it could be like part one of the Lego for Astro Boy. Like generally just like with a part of just like me yapping, but I know that what I'm saying is something that is very impactful to me. So like that's kind of how I want to go about my YouTube. Like I just want to put it there and let it be, let it sit, let it marinate, and I just have to put that out there, y'all. About current progress. Hold on. I believe I'm working on the head right now. Yeah. I think I want to be more of like a you. When I'm talking, I want to like be less like I'm talking to a crowd and more like I'm talking to one person. Like being walked up to or like being like talked to by someone just from the fact like I've never seen them too, by the way. And then they'll come to me and like talk to me about the video, and I'm just like first is the kind of the I am first gonna like be collected in a sense, but then I'm just in a like in behind in my head a scene like it's kind of like holy shit, like I always deep it because I'm like little me like, but in a sense of like I'm able to reach someone in kind of something they find amusing. Let it be how I wore this thing, and they're like, oh shit, that's very like fascinating. And I'm like, and I talked to them about that. I'm like, yeah, this is how I got to that level, or like this is how I was able to put this together. Even going into that, I just don't know how to take. I high key like over time I had to learn how to be able to like take compliments without being awkward. That's a very like that's a very like big thing with me. Like I always feel like who am I to get your compliment? Like who am I to get the praise? I'm always like it's not that deep. It's not that deep in that sense. And I'm like I just have to. I kind of have to learn to be able to, be like, thank you, like just simply thank you and keep pushing. Because I'm like, if I was to say thank you, I'll try to like give something back, give something back immediately. And so it's just like because I'm always like, oh, like who am I to be getting this thing and without like reciprocating it to someone else, and also in the sense of like kind of like thinking for them. But I gotta stop doing that. I gotta feel that shit. I can't lie. I want to be more you. I want to be talking to you in the screen. I'm talking to you right now. I think YouTube allows me to like genuinely just be myself. I can't lie to you. This is the first time I've ever said that. I think YouTube is one because like I can just generally post whatever I want on YouTube, and there's less of a crowd there. Like I can't rush things anymore. I think starting out, when I started out like creating videos, like I'm always trying to rush it. I'm always trying to like not. I don't know. It's like I always try to be like I'm above the program in the sense of like yeah, like tomorrow, yeah, I'm there. Gotta forgetting the fact that like there's levels to this shit. There's reasons why it takes more time to get where you want to be, because in the journey of getting where you want to be, you have to first be able to find and get through the trials and tribulations to where you are going to be in the future. You're able to handle that because you've dealt with it in the past while you were still coming up. So that's very important. That's something I have to learn, that like I gotta slow down a bit, because it's like not slow down. I gotta just like keep going through the process, because going through the process is gonna allow me to be prepared for whatever it is in the future that I have to deal with. And so that's kind of like a mentality I have to put in and understand, rather than be like, oh, why is this not video? Why is this video not working out? Why is this not working? Why is this not working? I just be like, I learned from this video. Let's keep it pushing. And I'm the way I'm talking right now, I'm kind of talking to myself too. This is the first kind of like cool assembly I've done with Legos. This little like curve. So this is pretty cool. I've never done this before. This little like curve. So I lied. I missed a part, but this is the current part of Astro Boy.